Yo, what's up guys? Matt from Upsilon Mining. Today we're coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to install the meter box with the DROK power meter for 240 outlets. Stay tuned. Yo guys, okay, so here we go. What we have here is the meter box. The main box, the cover. See, we get two holes in there. The top square or rectangular holes for the meter itself, and then the bottom holes for the outlet. We also have a DROK amp and voltmeter, which basically goes into this friction fit rectangular hole, and there's tabs on the side which locks it in. And we have an L6-30P plug, which will go into our 240 volt outlet. And we have the pigtail connectors here. So what we're going to do is first off we're going to splice the wire so we get more room to work with. We're going to push this into the holes here just to get the meter in there. This is a censoring I guess meter, so this goes through the black wire, and then we're going to splice the wires into our, let me just grab it. And then we're going to splice them into our L6-30RP our receptacle. So as you can tell, I'm not an electrician, so make sure you don't follow what I do here, just in case I don't want you to burn your house down. But I basically followed what the Hobbyist Miner said, and also went on the meterbox.com website and checked out their instructions. I mean, they could add a little more details in their instructions, but basically what we're going to do here is we're going to have we're going to connect two wires to here and one wire to there, and we're going to splice some wires into the, I guess, the sensor, or I guess the power, red and black power here, so positive and negative power. We're going to run that into the, so looks like, I think that's like negative and positive the wires here. So I think that's going to run into, basically, we're going to splice that into the green and the black, I believe. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of figure this out as I go, and hopefully when I plug it in, the house doesn't burn down. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm just hopping back on the computer real quick to show you how I am going to wire this up, and then I'm going to go through building the box together. I'm going to speed up the video because it did take a little while. So essentially what you want to do is you want to take your, so this is like your wire from the L6-30P plug that I showed previously. If you splice open the sheathing on the wire, you'll have three wires. You'll have a black, a white, so this is actually a white wire, not gray. I just had to use that because of the white background, and a green. The green refers to the ground, and the white is the hot, and the black is also hot. So this is how you're going to wire it up. You're going to make sure you put this end into the meter box first. So don't wire this up until you push the bottom through the box, otherwise you're going to have to unplug everything. I learned that the hard way. It's just common sense, obviously. So run the green wire to that one, plug it into there, or just screw it into there. So basically the way this works is just screws, just unscrew them to the left and screw them down, and it tightens the wire behind it. Pretty simple stuff. The black wire, you're going to run that through this little loopy thing on the DROK meter, and then you're going to want to splice it together with the black from the incoming 240 volt wire as well. Make sure everything's very secure, okay guys? So make sure I'm very secure. No liabilities. I take no liability if you burn your house down. Make sure you follow safe procedures, and if you can't do this, make sure you get an electrician, like I said before. And then you're going to want to make sure you wire the red and the black wire from the DROK meter. This is measuring the actual, providing the power, the voltage power for the readout. Splice the black into the black, and splice the red into the white, which is a hot wire, and plug it in this side. And then obviously you'll see it as you put this thing together. You'll have to basically put that into the faceplate first before you do it, otherwise you can't access the wires on the other side. This part here you can actually use just standard, any size small bolt, machine screws with nuts will work on that, and just attach it to the faceplate as well. So without further ado, I will go through the building of the box now.
out the actual part that we worked on upstairs here. One thing I did find was this metal sheathing will actually pull down through and expose some of these wires. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some electrical tape around this edge here so it holds in. Another thing I did notice that there's no screws. No screws came with the meter boxes. Guys, meter box, send screws. Like seriously, send the screws you need to attach the front plate on. Because there's holes here, but there's no screws. Next time, we should start adding screws so you don't have to guess. So I'm just using these fan screws that I have. They seem to work, but you're gonna have to find your own screws, which is ridiculous. So meter box, guys, if you're watching this, include screws and mounting hardware with your boxes, okay? It's a small little gesture, but it goes a long way with your customers. Okay, so let's get this in, put it in, get it hooked up, and we'll see what it's doing. All right, guys, and the final results. We're pulling 55, 47, 55, 37, 55, 40 watts at the wall, which is really good, which means we're pretty much at capacity on this 240 volt outlet. So how was the installation? Not too bad. These screws were too big, so I ended up splitting the plastic a couple spots. Once again, meter box, send screws. I have no idea. People have no idea what type of screws go in there. Send the screws, please. 4 screws, what can that cost you? Like 5 cents? Send the screws, please. Really good readout, it's accurate. No issues with temperature here. Everything seems really good. I'm really happy with the way this thing came along. And I'm gonna hop over the computer to chat for a bit.
Yo guys, okay, here I am on the computer now. Let's take a look here at the MeterBox website. So this is the exact, I don't want to chat. So this is the exact MeterBox I got. I got the blacks. I got the 3-pack of black ones. Sorry, Chump Change, Hobbyist, and I think it's Red Fox. Sorry I didn't get your colors, guys. I'm like a black kind of guy. I like just black. My car is black, everything's black, so I just went for the blacks. No offense to anyone. But yeah, so this is what the box looks like, and I paid basically for, so one box is $37, but I got a pack of 3, so I ended up getting a pack of actually 3 black ones, so that's $94. So it's actually cheaper. Actually, no. Oh my goodness. Just when I said I didn't get the colored packs because I like black, now the colored packs are cheaper. Okay, originally the black was more the black was cheaper, and then the colored packs cost more. Man, I should have went with the color. See? Oh, or the mixed pack even. See what happens? Okay, so basically what I did was I got the box, the DROK voltmeter display, and the industrial plug. This can be purchased off Amazon. That can be purchased off Amazon as well, an L6-30R. Okay, it's 240 volts, 2-pole, 3 grounding plug receptacle. The meter itself, I'll put links all in the description box below. Not like you can't find it on your own or other people haven't done it. But let me just talk a little bit about my review of the meter box here. So I think this is a well-built piece of hardware. I do have a couple gripes, and I'll start with the negative first. Start with the negative first. Everyone's starting with the positive first. The negatives. Okay, these screws should come with the box. Okay, I had to kind of find my own bolts and screws to go here, 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 and then the sizes of screws I used was a little too big, so it stretched the plastic, and I'm kind of worried about the longevity of it now because of effing that up. So hopefully it should be fine. I don't think it'll be a major problem, but guys at MeterBox, please send screws, or at least recommend the size of screws, and if you did, maybe I didn't read the instructions, but you should have included screws in the box. So that's my biggest gripe. The price, 37 USD, is not too bad. I'd like to see it a little bit lower than that. Probably a 30 or sub 30 price range would be nice. The quality of the plastic does seem pretty good. The fitment is good as well. The faceplate had no issues. So actually the L630R receptacle fit perfectly into there. It was bolted in, no problem. The DROK meter fit right in beautifully as well. And there's little tabs there on the side. If you can take a look here, that this snaps in. Really well done. Let's see, what are they doing? Oh, they're putting links to different things. So I'll link. I'm in Canada, but so you do need a wire stripping tool. As you saw, the tools I used in the installation. You do need a screwdriver set, a small screwdriver set, just to like attach the wires to the DROK meter for the most part. Extra wire. I think, what is this wire? What's it saying here? Oh, it's saying, okay, this is the wire I use for the DROK meter inside the device itself. Yeah, so everything seems fairly fine. Didn't have any issues, and it's up and running today. So would I recommend getting this box? Yeah, sure. I think it's a pretty good investment. No problems with it at all. Runs well. You don't, like, it says 18 gauge here, so you don't even need like really high gauge wire. 18 gauge is pretty like thin, because the actual input wires on the device itself doesn't take there's not a lot of draw. It's just measuring mostly the voltage, and using the little O thing that goes around one of the ground one of the, I think it's the ground wire around the black wire, which is measuring, I guess that's one of the other hot return wire, I guess would be kind of like the negative wire. It's the other hot wire in contrast to the white wire. I'm not an electrician. So I did my best installing it. Everything seems fine. Nothing's on fire. It's been like there for about a day now, and has no issues. I didn't get this specific outlet. I did. Which one did I get? I'll show you which one I got. Man. L630R receptacle. So I ended up getting this one here. I don't know which one I got. I will post a link. Okay, I found it. All right, so I bought this one here. This is a Leviton 2620 30 amp 250 volt flush mounting locking receptacle, industrial grade, L6-30 Leviton. So pretty good, no issues with it. Really well. Well built, 2556. I like the little blue in the middle. I don't think it matters. And the DROK meter itself here. I don't think this is it. DROK voltage meter. I bought the one with the colors on it, which is, let's see it now. Yeah, strangely enough, I'm not seeing it when I try to go to it. It's not showing up. But I'll put a link to this one at least, and this one should work as well. It's the same kind of idea. You basically have your, but it might not fit. You gotta make sure that it's the right one. It might not fit in the meter box itself. So, yeah, it's weird why it's not showing up there. Anyways, it's not showing up on Amazon.ca. So here it is. This is the one that you want, the one that fits inside. So I'd recommend getting the one that they're referring to here. So I'll post the links as best I can in the description box below. But in summary, I think it was a great investment. It makes it very easy to read. My main issue was I was able to read the voltage and the amperages from the 120 volt outlets, because I used basically the wall kilowatt meter type of power meters. But I couldn't find any for 2 to 40 volts. So having this is great because it allows me to read the amount of current coming through the 240 volt outlets in the basement as well, which was harder to measure before. Before I had to take it off the 240, plug it into 120, and kind of measure the voltage that way. Now I can just kind of measure everything on the 240. Anyways, guys, I think this was a really worthwhile investment. I recommend getting one if you have any sort of mining operation using on 240 volt. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and comment below. Let me know how you guys like these meter boxes. I'm not affiliated. I'm not sponsored at all. I wouldn't have bought this with the same amount of money as any of you would. So, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, if there's a better way, a cheaper way to get a box like this, maybe that's not name brand, I would definitely, since I'm not sponsored, I'll recommend that you can find one that's good. I'd like to see you post the links up below. I'd like to see if there's maybe cheaper ones out there, maybe not name brand, but maybe does just as well of the job. Let's look at the options. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.